also, because this work that we are doing is all about responsible infrastructure. Responsible infrastructure investment. Responsible infrastructure investment, and that's why we're saying it's the critical areas, particularly in the initiation phase, are really important. Because it's at that point that Kenyans tell you, yes, we would like a road, we would like the SGR, we would like the houses, but then look here, we have critical gaps in terms of access to other, social services like education and health. It doesn't make sense for me to have this nice, expressway or this SGR, which I may never use. But then I go to a hospital and I can't get one. Maybe I don't get to see a doctor or a clinical officer because they've not been. They're not adequate salaries to support, those critical health officers in that health facility near my home. Or I'm not able to get access to medicines that have been prescribed. Or you go to schools and children don't have, adequate facilities, desks, seats, classrooms, well sheltered and constructed classrooms don't have access to books. So there's always that question of, so what are our priorities? What are really our priorities? Shouldn't we have the basics? Let's have the basics. And when we have the basics, then we build up and then that's when we can be able to enjoy all these infrastructure projects. Because we can't really call ourselves a developed nation. I know we are all this whole thing about want to be Singapore, want to be like Singapore. But even Singapore had a plan. If you look at the plan that Singapore had most of those years, many years ago, I think that the whole thing was an integrated plan. So when you build a road, when you build a railway line, when you build an airport, you're also looking at that airport or that railway line will not come by itself. You have to think about, so what are the other drivers of the economy that you have to develop alongside that infrastructure project to ensure that when that project is rolled out, they're actually going to be there's going to be demand for its use. Because, for instance, like the SGR, the thing was we want to use the SGR to be able to ease the transportation of goods
on the roads,
and also decongest the roads and ensure that this goods are able to move faster from the port of Mombasa end to end. Now we're talking about to Malaba. But then the questions now, we build the SGR, but we still see so many trucks on the road. So anyway. Why aren't those who are transporting goods, why don't they have the confidence, or is it the utility of the SGR that they're now, still preferring to use the roads instead of the rail line? So that we are able to now maximize and ensure that that loan that we are paying back for the SGR is actually paid back. Not from
the way it's supposed to be.
Not through tears and pain, through the pockets of Kenyans, but because people are making more business by using SGR, and that money is deployed back to pay the loan. That really should be the principle when it comes to infrastructure development. Even with the expressway, what was its what economic value? What is the economic value? All these roads that we're getting in different parts of the country, great, but are they helping in terms of agri-food and agribusiness growth, such that then I'm able to, if you come from Western Kenya or you even come from the coast, you're able to use those roads to actually transport food, crops or whatever for further processing or even for further distribution, because you have a good transport
system.